Hi friends, welcome back to Table Full of Joy. I'm Cheryl if you're new around here, and today we are starting day one of our 2.5 week pantry challenge. We are not grocery shopping from now until the end of the month, so basically the 1st of February. So come along with me as we get started on tonight's dinner. Tonight we are trying a ranch pork chop. We've got some potatoes peeled and in our pot over here boiling. We're gonna get our pork chops opened. These are some pork chops, the thin cut ones that we got at Costco. So they're gonna cook super fast. So this is gonna be a really quick dinner. They're actually probably gonna cook quicker than the potatoes, which is nice. But we're gonna get these seasoned up real quick. Let's get some tongs out so we're not dirtying up our hands and have to wash our hands a whole bunch. We just wanna be super quick about this, super efficient. So let's put our pork chops down. These are just gonna get a little bit of salt and pepper for right now, but we're gonna make a ranch sauce out of chicken broth, ranch, and the recipe only called for parsley, but I'm gonna add some extra herbs to it because why not? We have them, so we might as well use them, add some extra flavor where we can. So we're gonna use a little bit of our Redmond's real salt on our pork chops. I am loving this stuff. This is my favorite. The flavor is absolutely incredible compared to the salt that you buy in the store. I will leave a link to the YouTube channel that I follow that she went and actually did a tour of the Redmond Real Salt mine a while back. That's what got me started thinking about this. And it was funny, I mentioned it to my sister-in-law and she got me a bag of it for Christmas. So I was super excited to get a bag of this. So we're gonna get our chops all seasoned up real quick. Let's get our pepper on here. You know what? Nope, I think we're good. Let's just add this. So we're gonna get some olive oil and some butter in our pan over here. We're gonna get these browned up. Calls for 1 tablespoon of olive oil and 1 tablespoon of butter because you're gonna actually make a sauce out of this. All right, so our pork chops are ready. Our butter and olive oil is going. It's hot. We're gonna put our pork chops in here. We're gonna get these cooking. They are so thin that they're probably gonna take about 3 minutes for one side, probably 2 minutes for the second side, and they're gonna be ready to start our sauce, which is basically the gravy that's gonna go on these potatoes that we have cooking. So this is gonna be a super quick dinner, probably 15-20 minutes total from start to finish. All right, so we just flipped our pork chops. These are beautiful. That's what happens when you guys use butter and olive oil right here. See all of this brown? That's what you want. You want all of that color right there. We're gonna let these cook for about another 1.5 minutes. On this side, we're gonna pull them up, put them on a plate, and we're gonna start our gravy. And while everything else cooks, what you see cooking on the stove over here, this is gonna be another video, so we're gonna link that up there. We're doing something else too, but we're gonna get this going for dinner tonight. We'll get the sauce started in a minute. All right, so our pork chops are nice and brown on both sides. As I said, these were super thin pork chops, so they did not need a whole lot of time to cook. So our original recipe said to add more butter. I'm not going to. I think we have plenty of fat in here. I don't think we need to add anything else. We're gonna put our flour in. Just sprinkle this in here. I think this is gonna be plenty of fat for what we need to do. It's just me and Tony. I don't think we need a ton of gravy, but if you are feeding a lot of people, then you can certainly add the other 1.5 tablespoons of flour that it tells you to. We're gonna cook this for just a minute or two so that we can cook that raw flour flavor out of our pan. And we're gonna add our chicken stock in here. We're gonna add our ranch powder. And like I said, I'm gonna add some extra things to it. So why don't we add our onion? I picked up yesterday at Winco some onion. This is just dehydrated minced onion. I like to have this on hand because if I'm making something and I don't really feel like chopping fresh onion, this is a great add. You can add this to anything. So we're gonna add a little bit of this. We actually need this for a recipe, but I got extra. So we're just gonna add this in real quick. We're gonna stir this around, let this onion start to heat up. start to pick up some of the flavors that are in this pan. And then we're gonna add our chicken stock. We're gonna whisk it with our ranch powder that we have here. And we're gonna add some extra herbs to it that I wanted to put in that I think are gonna be tasty. They're gonna be a really good addition to this gravy. It's gonna give it some more color, some more flavor, because when you are cooking, it is all about the flavors that you like, all about what you want to add to your dishes, and that's what you need to do. All right, so I think we've cooked this long enough. Let's go ahead and add our broth. Let's get this put in here. That sizzle is a beautiful thing. That's what you want to hear when you pour liquid into your flour mixture. You want to hear that sizzle because that means it's doing tasty things in your pan. All right, so let's go ahead and add some extra herbs to this. I have some freeze-dried chives and some freeze-dried parsley, so we're going to add that to it. We will finish it with a little bit extra, but this is thickening up beautifully. I think we're going to turn this down. I think I'm going to add a little extra. I think they were kind of off on their liquid ratio, so let's put a little bit more water in this. Let's get this thinned out just a hair bit more. And you know what? Just because I have it, if you don't have it, you don't have to. But because I have it, I'm going to add some heavy cream to this. When we are doing semi-low carb, I keep heavy cream in the house in the fridge because heavy cream makes an amazing sauce if you're looking for something rich and creamy to go on top of chicken, pork chops, any kind of thing that you're making. Heavy cream makes an amazing addition to things, and it doesn't add a whole lot of carbs. So we are going to add a little bit to this. As I said before in another video, we are doing low carb-ish. We're doing low carb during the week on the weekends because we typically are super busy during the weekends. We have a lot of things we have to get done since my husband's home. We have a lot of things to do together. And so during the weekends, we are pretty busy doing stuff around the house, lots of projects going. We're getting ready to start our garden. And so we tend to eat a little bit heavier on the weekends because we don't eat breakfast or lunch. We typically fast all day until our final meal. And our meal on Saturdays is not until around 5 or 6. So we have basically fasted for hours at this point. And so it's okay for us to go a little bit carb heavy on the weekends. So that's what we do. So our pork chops are done. We're waiting for our potatoes. Our gravy here is perfect. Let's give it a quick taste. Let's check this herb gravy. Oh wow, that literally needs nothing except some pepper. Let's do a little pepper. I have a pepper grinder here. Let's put a little bit of pepper in this. This is going to be super tasty. I will leave this recipe in the description box for you guys for this one. As I said, I'll leave a note in there that I added heavy cream to this just because, like I said, I have fasted almost since last night dinner. I did have a muffin that I made, and you guys will see that video. It's probably already there. I'll link that too. But I did muffins, and I ate one of those muffins at about 3:30, probably this afternoon. I needed a little something, but that had a lot of veggies and a lot of stuff in it that was good for me. So I ate one of those, and I had some computer work I needed to get done. We've been gone all day shopping and some other things, so I needed to get a little something in me to give me some sugar and a little bit of carbs. So I ate one of those muffins. But our gravy's done, potatoes are almost done, pork chops are done. We're gonna do some canned green beans, and we're gonna have dinner ready here in just a couple minutes. All right, I just realized we forgot to add our ranch powder, so we're gonna put this ranch powder in this gravy while our potatoes are finishing. That is what happens when you are actually cooking food in the kitchen. is you realize things last minute. So we're gonna add in a little bit more. We're gonna taste this. So I have a trick for you guys. And you need to taste your food while you're cooking. But I hate dishes. I absolutely hate them. And I hate dirtying up 15 spoons. So I like to take just a little bit off of my whisk. All right, there we go. Perfect. I don't want to dirty up 4 spoons when I can just take a little bit off my spatula, a little bit off my whisk, and be able to taste it. And only use 1 spoon. You're not cross-contaminating. I know some people it doesn't bother you if it's just for your family, but there are other people that just grosses them out. And so if you're one of those people and you hate doing 6 spoons because you're tasting as you go, just use your utensil that you're cooking with. Give you a little bit on your spoon. Give it a taste, and you're ready to go. All right, so we're gonna finish up, get our potatoes done, and we'll be back in a minute. All right, so our potatoes are perfectly tender. We're gonna put in some butter, and we're gonna put in some heavy cream. And we are gonna put in a little bit of our Redmond's real salt. Potatoes have no flavor, so you have to season as you go. So we are gonna mash our potatoes. This is gonna go with our pork chops that we just cooked over here with our ranch sauce. And we've got, like I said, some canned green beans that we're gonna put in. And we are gonna mash these up. We need some good flavor. And you know what? We have some leftover ranch powder that we didn't use. Why not? Why put that little bit of ranch powder back in the cupboard? So we're going to use that in here. So let's go ahead and put in a little more cream. Our green beans are ready to go. I was gonna do them with some bacon fat on the stove, but I did not have room. I had too many things going at one time, so we are gonna just cook them in the microwave real quick. Sometimes you just have to do that. But we've got our mashed potatoes. These look super, super good. We are ready to make our plate. We're gonna grab a pork chop. We're gonna put some potatoes. We're taking advantage of our ranch that we had left over. So we have some ranch potatoes to go with our ranch sauce. We're gonna do a little bit of canned green beans. These are just with the green bean liquid and some butter. My husband will coat his all over with pepper that you can see. And we're gonna put a little bit of our sauce on here. Give this one final stir. Let's put our whisk over here and another spatula. We're gonna put just a little bit of our sauce right on our pork chop. A little bit of sauce right on our potatoes. And that looks super, super good. All right, I want to thank you guys so much for joining me in my kitchen as we made a really cooked dinner after a really busy day. We have a lot of other projects going in the kitchen, so we had to get something quick. But we have our mashed potatoes, our ranch gravy, our pork chops, and our green beans, and this is going to be a tasty dinner. I appreciate you guys all joining me. I love your support. It means so much to me. I hope you guys will join me again. If you found value in this recipe, please give it a like and a subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell over there so that you guys don't miss out on any of the recipes and the videos that I upload. We've got a lot more things coming up soon. And I just love you guys so much, and you're such a blessing to me. Have a great day, friends. God bless.